As always, Ted, kick us off. Who do you have as your winner of the weekend?
Got to go with OU softball getting the regional win. Now,
That I needed that, ladies. Thank you. On Sunday, I
yes.
needed it. I needed. I was still. Well, I was hungover, is what I was because I drank away my sorrows. But I was laying on my couch. I was like, I really need them to beat Oregon, please.
And it was
Thank you,
tight.
T.R.E. Jennings. Thank you.
It was tight. It was a good tight game. And I don't know, as we sit here, if the Florida State Auburn game is they've got the winner of that, right? And I think Florida State had a lead. I don't know if that's over yet or not, but most likely that's probably who they're going to end up seeing in the super regional. Um, Things are lined up good for them. Pitching looked good. Defense has been excellent, and they got the hits whenever they need it, and they continue to march on.
Florida State currently up 10-3 on Auburn, bottom of the sixth. So, yes, I feel confident saying little rematch.
Little rematch. Lonnie Alameda coming to Norman. And there's some good regionals or super regionals out there. Texas and Texas A&M is going to be a good one. Tennessee, Bama, Florida State, Baylor, Oklahoma State's got Arizona. So there's going to be some good stuff, and it'll be cool. Like I like where they're at. I know it was shaky at moments for the fan base because we're used to something a little bit different, but I feel like this team's gaining confidence and in a good spot.
The most encouraging thing I thought in the regional was the pitching.
Mm-hmm.
Thought Kelly
Yeah.
Maxwell was really good. Thought Nicole May was really good. So
And you
if
could
you
take that back to the Big 12 tournament too.
right, if you can get, I mean, if you've got two arms, if you can put two different people in the circle that you feel really, really good about, like, and you feel like they're hot,
Mm-hmm.
feel like they've got really good control of their stuff, which that's how it felt to me watching them. I just feel I feel better about the pitching than I did 2 weeks ago. It,
Yep.
it seems like
No,
they found a groove in the circle a little bit. I'm
I
not
feel
an
better about
expert, but
everything than I did 2 weeks ago.
that's a good point.
Um, not that I felt horrible about it. And honestly, I think that, every championship path is different. And it kind of felt from the very beginning that it was going to be a different one for this team. And I happen to really like where they are right now. I think, you know, not being the number one overall seed, not winning the Big 12 in the regular season, like some of those things, whenever you look at it, you say that that's a disadvantage compared to other years. Well, this is a different team. And I happen to believe that they need something to be chasing instead of being the chased. And I think it's all lining up for something that could be really, really fun to watch.
I'm with you. Also, really helps when Jada Coleman just seems to get on base every single time.
Yep.
That's that's a good way to start things off.
Speed kills.
Certainly does. Excited for the super regional. We are efforting to get Coach Gasso on before the super regional. Fingers crossed.
Yes.
Fingers crossed. All right, who do you have as your loser of the weekend?
All the Bryson DeChambeau fans out there, are there any in existence?
I
Do those people exist?
I think they do. It's okay.
I
Tell me if
was
you just
one today somehow.
I you know why I like him, and I've never even going back to when he wore the stupid hat. Like I still the hat was a bad decision, and I really think the stupid hat is one of the reasons it took. Like people just liked making fun of the guy, and then he did the bulking up thing, and he looks great now. He's playing really good golf. You want to know why I like him? He made that putt on 18, and it was a massive putt. And he celebrates exactly the way I celebrate when I make a putt I don't think I'm going to make. It's like he shows emotion, like he acts like a normal person out on the golf course. And meanwhile, Schauffele hits hits a putt to win his first major, and it's like nothing even happened. He's just like, yay. And I like DeChambeau's fist pumping it, like, let's go. I can
Yeah.
relate to that.
Which, by the way, what a putt. what a second shot that he
Oh,
hit to set up that whole birdie on 18 to win it. Um, it was fun to watch that coming down the stretch because you had a bunch of different guys. Hovland was right there. I don't know what happened to Morikawa. It just could not make a birdie at all. Just couldn't roll anything in. But it's crazy. What did DeChambeau go out and made 7 birdies and didn't win it? I mean, that's crazy to play around like that. But that was fun one, man. That was fun golf down the stretch.
we have to talk about Scotty Scheffler, right?
Yes.
I The golf tournament, it turned out to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the scores were I don't mind watching a major like that every once in a while where guys are
Blowing it up. Yeah.
just tearing the golf course
It's
apart.
like more like a horse race a little bit, like you're
Yeah.
watching guys come screaming up the board instead of falling back.
Yeah. Which is, there's if that's what they want the PGA Championship to be, we'll get that like and then on the polar end, you've got the US Open.
Yeah, unacceptable if that was the US Open.
Yeah,
Right? And we
unacceptable.
all agree with that.
Yes. But what did just nightmare for Valhalla on Friday? My wife woke me up and she knows to never wake me up. Because if I'm sleeping, it's like not a great sleeper. If I'm sleeping, please leave me alone. And she was like, you got to see this. Scotty Scheffler got arrested. I was like, I do not believe you. Like, there's no way that's true.
Wow.
Yeah, there's no way. And then what? How does that happen?
Well, crazy circumstances. And it just should have been so different on so many levels. But I I guess to me, like the first thing is there has to be like the main tournament organizer. And the first thing they have to do is say, what about how are we going to get the golfers in? Right? I mean, instantly. But
Well, your first item of business should be, hey guys, let's make sure there's no fatalities going into the course.
well, yes.
Which tragic situation, horrible. But that's kind of, from what I understand, that's why those certain cops were there. Like everyone seemed like they were really on edge.
Yes. Yeah. Because you don't know what has happened. I'm sure that people that are just getting there, you don't know like what has gone down or what the situation is. That's what I'm saying. It's like I, it was almost like the perfect chaotic moment for that, all of that timing, situation, location, all of the above. I still think he should have showed up in the orange jumpsuit to play his round.
I the fact that, and there's a lot of people going after the cop, like we really don't know. There's no body cam footage. Don't really know exactly what went down. But how much of a psycho do you have to be to go out and shoot 66 after that happens? That was
I thought he's gonna. I
insane.
thought it's like it's over. He's gonna win the tournament. But I'm sure that they're after like in the mix of it. I'm sure it's almost like it's almost like it's the distraction helps you go out and play well and not like mentally focus on your game too much. But then I guess after it's over is whenever all of the like the distraction sets in, right? I mean, having to explain it and talk about it and everything else becomes a distraction for you, I guess.
Anything else from the tournament? It's good to see Hovland playing good golf again.
I know.
Wish he
Yeah,
would have
it
made the putt
was.
on 18.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's disappointed didn't roll that one in, and then
He's
missed
fun
the.
to watch though. I really like
I
watching him.
just
Easy to root
what
for.
went back to the old swing coach, and it was just, dude, he was striping the ball.
Mm-hmm.
So that was That was positive. I was glad to see. Did you see that interview where he was like, "Yeah, I almost didn't." He's like, "I almost just didn't show up."
No,
It's
I
like
didn't
that's how
see
bad.
that.
He said. He said he almost withdrew from the tournament, like almost just because he did not feel good about his game. And then guy goes out there. What he ended up 18 under. Like,
Feels good about it now.
yeah, had a chance to be 20. Yeah,
Yeah,
he's probably feeling better. Glad I'm sure he's glad he stayed in the tournament and played it.
yeah, that was crazy. Fun tournament. Um, I did, and I'm not a DeChambeau fan, but I did kind of like, let's see a little playoff. Let's see what we got here. But I'm glad it went the way it did. That was cool to see.
Congrats to Xandler Schauffele. Now everyone can't call you a choker anymore. That's good.
Good for him.
Yeah. And
Good for
who
him.
knows? Who knows what it does to
Once you
propel
break
him?
through.
Yeah, once you break through, you never know.
Yep.
All right, let's finish up with my winner and loser. But first, attention business owners, you need Insurica in your life. Insurica is one of the country's largest insurance brokers with 30 offices throughout Oklahoma, Texas, and the Southwest. Insurica is able to customize programs by accessing the latest information from many insurance carriers. They compare and contrast coverage offerings and pricing and design a cost-effective, comprehensive program to meet your business's specific needs. If your business partners with Insurica, you'll save huge amounts of money and take back control of your total cost of risk. If your business wants to be best in class, connect with Insurica at insurica.com. That's INSURICA.com.
And head to opulusclothing.com for our podcast merchandise and the best OU gear out there. That's OPOLIS clothing.com. Use promo code TED, TED for 10% off. That's opulusclothing.com. Use promo code TED for 10% off. Buttery soft and 10% off.
My winner of the weekend, the Indiana Pacers,
Ooh.
headed to the Eastern Conference Finals, where I expect them to just get throttled by the Celtics. But game 7, Madison Square Garden, early looked like that place was breathing fire, and they dismantled the Knicks.
Did not see that coming.
And the Knicks are, let's be real, they're being held together by duct tape and bubblegum.
Yeah.
They got everyone was hurt. I was physically uncomfortable watching OG Anunoby's 5 minutes in that game. He looked like he was in so much pain running around. Credit to that guy for even getting out there. That was some tough man stuff, but that dude was hurting. It was clear Josh Hart wasn't the same guy with whatever he was dealing with the ab. And then just the cherry on top of the injury Sunday, Jalen Brunson breaks his hand.
Brutal.
It just wasn't meant to be for the Knicks. And all the injuries aside, I'm not sure they could have been completely healthy. They could have had Bogdanovich. They could have had Mitchell Robinson. The Pacers just couldn't miss a shot.
Yeah.
The shot making from them was insane. 67% from the field, 54% from three. Dude, they couldn't miss, and that building was stunned.
Yep. Yep. That was that's there's nothing worse to have all of that build up, all the Knicks fans like this place is back, it's hot, it's the place to be. It's the biggest ticket in town and the biggest ticket in a long time. And they lay an egg, and a lot of it's not their fault, the injury stuff, but that's the worst way for it to happen.
And all the starters for the Pacers just played at a really high level.
Yeah.
Tyrese Halliburton, I think he maybe saw some of the criticisms of him disappearing in a couple games this series.
He
He was
listened
great.
to the pod whenever you called it out.
Yeah. You can't be an all NBA type guy and disappear. And to his credit, in game 7, he was great. What he hit 6 threes. And he was talking. He was letting them know. But what an awesome performance by the Pacers. Very disappointing way for the season end for the Knicks. Like I wanted a game 7 in Oklahoma City so bad, man. Even if I had to go through the pain of them losing it, I just wanted to experience it. It would have been crazy.
I know it.
PJ Washington, why? I'll take Boston in 5. Not maybe 6, probably 5. I
I'll
think
say
Boston's
5.
in a different class.
Yep, different category. Yeah, I'm with you.
Last
I
thing on
would
that
say 5.
game, did you see Tyrese Halliburton's Reggie Miller choking
No.
hoodie? Oh,
Oh,
just trolling
yes.
Knicks fans. It just insult to injury, wearing it in the postgame press conference. 10 out of 10, no notes. Way to go, Tyrese Halliburton. Sports are the
Wow.
best. There's no better hate
Wow.
than sports hate.
That's brutal in a good way.
Oh yeah,
Brutal in a good way.
no doubt.
Uh, Sign me up to see that one next year if it gets into the playoffs.
I am with you. My loser of the weekend. Any business that expects productivity on July 19th. If you're a business and you're expected, if you need to get something done on July 19th, you are SOL, my friends, because it's official, Ted. We have a date. EA Sports NCAA Football 25 will drop on July 19th. That's a Friday. I honestly believe there's gonna be a lot of people to take that Friday off to play that video game. It is so if you are if especially if you're a company that has employees that work from home a lot, it
Check in
is
on them on Friday.
yeah. Make sure they get everything done by Thursday that week. There's just no way a lot of people are getting stuff done if they're working from home when that game drops. But hey, it feels real now to me. We've got the cover, we've got the date. They put out the hype reel, the hype video for it. We're getting the game, man. I finally can say, okay, yes, it's happening.
Are you going old school? You got to go get the actual physical copy of it.
I I got to find out. I don't know if we have a video game system. We may have to buy a what is it? PS? What's it up to? PS5?
PS5.
I haven't played a video game, and it's not because I'm anti-video game. I love video games; they're fantastic. I just I don't play a
Kids,
lot of them. Yeah, I assume we'll have to get a video game system. I've got two boys.
at some point.
At some
That's
point,
kind of how it was for me. No video games until my son was old enough to start playing video games, and I started playing again.
okay. Well,
I had to whip his ass at Madden to show him what's up.
hey, let them know. I
And
brought you into this
I'm
world. I'll
gonna do
take
the
you out.
same one in like for me, this is cool because my son is not huge into sports, but whenever I got him introduced to Madden, he all of a sudden came alive and watching the NFL, and he's got favorite players and all of that stuff. So I imagine it'll be the same thing whenever he can get on a video game and play with University of Oklahoma. He's going to think that's the craziest thing ever.
Are you on the game? Do you know? Is there
I
like an OU Legends team?
No idea.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I don't. I wouldn't think so. Well, there may be. I'm not saying that there's not, but I was never contacted by anyone.
Well,
So like
that's
there
that's
may have been guys
disappointing.
that were. So
Okay.
I don't know. And maybe whenever they, because I know they did one way back. I think it was maybe the last year or 20, maybe it's 2013 or 14. They did that and they did call me. And maybe I signed away all my rights at that point and they don't need to call me anymore. I don't know.
That they're like, no, no, no. We already have it. We've
Yeah,
got it
you're
in
done.
writing. We're good
You're
here.
done.
But the hype reel, the hype video is really good. Oh, you made it in there. Guys jumping up, running out of the tunnel, hitting the sign. Thought that looked really good. Have you seen how angry Ohio State fans are about the hype
No,
video? So
disrespected.
Donovan Edwards stiff arms a Buckeye to the ground in it, and then it immediately cuts to Kyle McCord playing quarterback for Syracuse. And then there's also I did you know Illinois and Ohio State play for a trophy? Were you aware of that?
I think I was, but I don't.
It feels like every Big Ten game has a trophy, right?
Yes, it's yeah.
So in the video, I guess Illinois players are holding up the trophy they give out to the winner of Illinois Ohio
Yes.
State. And I didn't know this, but Illinois has not beaten Ohio State since 2008.
Oh wow,
So Ohio
beautiful.
State fans, I guess, were feeling personally attacked. And I don't know if it's real or not, but someone like pulled up one of the main creative directors for the game's LinkedIn page, Michigan grad.
I was about to say, like, it doesn't take very much for some bias to show up in stuff like that really easily.
I
That's awesome.
Biggest lie in the hype video, the trailer, Bevo like snorting and snuffing. Those
Not
people haven't
drugged
been around
up,
that cow.
quiet in the corner.
Yeah. The cow doesn't do anything. Just walks super slow, poops all over the field. That's all it does.
It takes 2 hours to get it from one end zone to the
Yeah,
other.
Bevo brings no intensity. It went after that Georgia Bulldog one time and now has this like it gave him street cred. That cow's boring as hell.
That's funny. Beautiful.
Cover. Travis Hunter, Quinn Ewers, Donovan Edwards. Hunter's a really, really good player.
Yeah, he is.
Ewers
And a
is
good kid.
solid. Ewers is solid. Edwards he's got some big time moments over these last couple of years, but seeing those three guys on the cover kind of made me come to the realization that there's really no face college football this year.
It's an interesting year. It really is. It really is. Yeah. It's crazy, right? I mean, whenever you really look at things, and there's going to be some good teams. Georgia's going to be really good. I mean, I think there's a chance that Ohio State is really good, but I mean, I, I don't know. I'm very curious to see what Will Howard looks like in their system. I mean, he can make some great throws. There's no doubt. It's just not who you would think of for Ohio State's system. Outside of that, I think it's like I think there's like 10 teams that are just all kind of right there. So we'll see.
Yeah, just interesting. Last thing on the video game. Like I mentioned, I'm not a frequent video game player. I don't think I felt older than reading about the different options when it comes to purchasing this game. Ted, when did video games get this complicated? It used to be simple. You buy the game, you get the game, you play the game.
Mm-hmm.
There's these pre-order options, like the MVP bundle. You can so you get it and Madden, and you get it like 3 days early. But I was reading, it's got this stuff like legendary XP boost.
Yeah.
Choice of 2 strategy items. Like, what does this stuff mean? This means nothing to me. And I felt very old looking at these bullet points. I was like, I don't know what any of this stuff means.
You've just been introduced to the in-game purchase era.
Oh no. I don't like the sound of that for you. That sounds bad for
Yeah.
you.
It's you instead I mean you can it's all set up for them to make a lot of money after the fact. It's not just you make money on everyone buying the video game. You make a lot of money after the fact, buying upgrades you got the upgraded jerseys and you got the upgraded players and I'm no expert in it, but there's a whole lot of that going on.
Like one of the pre-order options, it wasn't the MVP bundle, it was the next level down, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Heisman Hopeful Ultimate Team Pack.
You can either get the Heisman Hopeful Ultimate Team Pack for $9.99, or you can go through 500 hours of like.
But what's the difference between the Heisman Hopeful Ultimate Team Pack and the Alma Mater Ultimate Team Pack?
I don't know. I think those are, from what I've gathered with Madden, I think that's just like you can get these. In Madden, it's all of the same player, like a bunch of the same like Hall of Fame, like legendary players, but you get almost like different versions of those guys, if that makes sense.
Can you turn, now I've got questions. Can you turn the in-game purchases? Can you turn those off for your kids?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Well, you can, I think you can turn them off, or you can have them like password protected.
Okay. I just thought, hey, you get the game, you play with your squad, you're happy. I didn't know it was so complicated these days.
Yeah, used to that game would cost you $60. Go pick it up once, $60. Your work here's done. Now it costs you $60 up front and then like $10 a month for eternity, at least.
What a business model. Maybe we should get into
Great.
video games, dude. Sounds
It's
great.
great. It's
I
great.
felt I felt 100 years old looking at those. I was like, I don't know what any of this means. I haven't played a video game
Well,
in a long time, unless you
it's
count
all
golden
about
tea at
the
a bar.
upgrade, man. It is all about acquiring points and diamonds or jewels or crystal rocks or gold or whatever the currency is in that game to go buy the upgrades. Or, of course, you can always get these. They always have great deals where you can get like 500 in this short period of time for only 9.99. It's usually 13.99, but today they're running a special. You better get them.
Oh wow. I don't like how this is in my future, and I don't like it.
You
I
don't.
don't like it.
You could go play straight up, and I think you'll be okay.
Okay. That made me feel better. Thanks, man.